Hello everyone, this is Mrs. Deloya, and we're going to be taking a look at order of operations. And you can see, traveling along our math journey with us is Goofy, and he's going to attempt to solve this expression, and he thinks, well, it must be as simple as just working across the problem from left to right. So let's go ahead and get started in Goofy's thoughts. He thinks, well, let's just start on the left and go 45 minus 5 to get 40. Then we will bring everything down. He's going to continue working from left to right and take 40 times 2 to get 80. Bring down that addition symbol and add 3. So Goofy's final answer here is 83. That is his solution to this problem. So let's keep in mind that Goofy thinks the answer is 83. Well, we have somebody else with another thought on this expression. This is my handsome son, David. And he says, well, let's take a look at this, and I think we're going to multiply first. And he's going to take the two numbers that are touching the multiplication symbol right here. He's going to take the 5 times 2 and get 10. And then we will bring down all the symbols and all the numbers surrounding that. So now we have 45 minus 10 plus 3. And now David thinks, well, let's just go ahead and subtract 45 minus 10. That gives us 35. And we will add 3 to that. So my final answer here is 38. It's very odd that the same expression gave us two different solutions. Well, in math, there's only one correct solution. So there must be a set of rules to follow when we have more than one math operation in an equation or an expression to follow to get that correct answer. So let's see what those are. Well, the first thing we're going to look for in any expression is, and ask yourself, are there any parentheses? Because if there are, we have to do what's inside those first. Well, if you look at our expression, we don't have any parentheses. So we'll take a look at what's next in the order of operations. Then after checking for parentheses, we're going to see if there are any exponents in our expression, which we do not have any of those. Moving on down the order, we have multiplication and division. Now notice these are both equally ranked. So if I look into my expression, I do see multiplication and the two numbers that are touching that multiplication symbol, that's what I'm actually going to multiply. So right here in my expression, I'm identifying the multiplication as 5 times 2, and that is what I'm going to do first. So I'm going to move and work that out again down here towards the bottom. 5 times 2 is 10, so I'm going to put that down here underneath my order of operations. And then as I continue working in this expression, I do have to bring down all math symbols to continue on. So here's my plus, bring down that 3. I go over, bring down the minus sign, and bring down the 45. So far I have simplified from the original expression to now, because we're following order of operations. First I had to do multiplication, and now I'm down to 45 minus 10 plus 3. And the last step in the order of operations would be to look for any addition or subtraction. Well, as you can see, I have both of those in my equation. I should say expression. I have addition here and I have subtraction. Well, when we have two math operations that are of the same ranking, which is why I have addition and subtraction colored the same color, because they're both equally ranked with one another, one's not more powerful than the other, then we actually do them in order from left to right. So going from left to right, you can see I have 45 minus 10, so I will go ahead and solve that first. and that brings me to 35. I will bring down the addition symbol and my 3, and then I'm left with just one math operation, which is adding, and I can just go ahead and solve. 35 plus 3 is 38. So you can see David had the correct thinking by following the order of operations. Okay, so let's review. When you're given an expression that has more than one math operation in it, we have to follow a set order to get the correct solution. And the correct order is this. First, we're going to look to see if there's any parentheses. If there are, you must do what's inside those very first. Then we'll look to see if there are any exponents to simplify. Third, we're going to look for any multiplication or division, and if there's both, do them in order from left to right. And last, we have addition/subtraction. Again, if there's both in the problem, do them in order from left to right. Well, it looks like David and Goofy are ready to work together as a team and follow the order of operations. You'll notice that they took the first initial from each of the steps in order of operations. Again, reminding that parentheses is first, you see the P, exponents is second, E, multiplication, division. Although they're not in a third and a fourth position, they are equally ranked. And then last we have addition/subtraction. So let's go ahead and do an example problem together. Remember, first I'm looking for parentheses, and I certainly do see parentheses here. So I'm going to solve what's in parentheses, and that gives me 18. Then I'm going to bring everything down. I'll bring down the minus sign, bring down the 5, bring down the addition sign, bring down the 12. Next, I'm looking to see if there are any exponents. I do not have any, so then I move to multiplication and division. I've already taken care of what's inside the parentheses, and I'm left with only addition and subtraction. Now, since they are both equally ranked, I'm going to solve them in order from left to right. So when I take 12 plus 18 first, I'm going to get 30. I'll put that over here. And then I bring down my subtraction symbol and bring down 5. And I'm left with just one math operation in the expression, 30 minus 5, and the solution is 25. Now let's see if you can do one on your own. Okay, so here you go. Here's your practice problem. 34 minus, in parentheses, 7 plus 3 times 2. If you follow the order of operations, I know you will have success. Good luck, and thanks for coming on this math journey with me.